And recording. So I wanted to get back to a band called Silent Planet. I had previously reacted to two of their tracks. I think I heard Trilogy first, and then Panic Room, I think. But I had another track listed here called Northern Fires. Uh, Guernica. This famous painting. And this is about just under 4 minutes from Solid State Records. I didn't see when this was put out, but I'm just gonna jump into it because I remember liking their sound a lot. Kind of like a rap rock, experimental kind of thing. Go! It's an interesting visual. They always have really cool videos.
Passion, my breath, terror, fled, dancing in my chest. Make all night the uniform force fire. Got in an instant, divided by an instant. Alone in the fray, clutching my trigger and praise. I'm making it with death on a distant shore. Searchers for fate of the nation state. Despite the myth they propagate, the narrative never fits the crime. Democracy died this death 1,000 times. The masses kneel before their golden cross, held by the priest. Who bows at the fate of the god? We stand alone in the dust of what could be, fighting to find our humanity. Bury me with my name in an unmarked grave. Another casualty to the vanity of history. The war marches on after the killing ends. Take our lives, colonize our minds. I've been digging the timeline, historical bylines. I find the fatal flaw in our design lines. Between thoughts we had and words we knew, between what we're told and what is true. Who feels the fascist, the classes, inculcating the masses, and passes under the contrived countenance of contrition. The victory rights started, we're out in person.
I'm gonna pause it there and backtrack a little bit because it's about the halfway point, and I didn't quite catch that transition to pause it in time. I think I mentioned in the second video I did of theirs, Panic Room, how he had kind of like a Zach De La Rocha kind of delivery to his the spitting, the way he's actually getting the vocals out, um, and this kind of continues that sort of theme in my head. Like this sounds like a very Rage Against the Machine topic. Uh, I'm it's it's weird having the lyrics on the screen here with what looks like a bibliography to it. Like this one's The Victory Writes a Story 14. I noticed that right away where it's just like I'm imagining that in the booklet to the CD or just in like a website or something, they're actually like correlating the lyrics to very specific um, like wars or whatever. They're referencing things. So it's going to be like an interesting read, I think, to go through and see what all the references are. But yeah, this is cool. This makes me think of like if Rage Against the Machine were to have just appeared within the last like 5 or 10 years, and they have more digital workstations, um, more audio plugins, more effects to actually like create stuff with, and not necessarily be confined to just like an electric guitar. Tom Morello, obviously, like super interesting the way he played music, or the way he plays music, but like giving them access to more tools. Like I feel like this, yeah. You see where I'm going with this. I'm drinking, so let's continue on.
The picture I started were altered for the manuscripts. Set fire to a fire, cremate the crimes that they commit. But the flames got the swarm, sweet bitter tongues and tasted scorn. The bitter stench of finite men, betrayed by the thieves they swore to defend. The bell will toll, and in the end, play all the echoes of what could have been. We stand alone in the dust of what could be, fighting to find our humanity. We stand alone in the dust of what could be. Nothing we fight for will set us free. Throw myself headlong to the jaws of the beast. The war machine that fades for eternity. Throw myself headlong to the jaws of the beast. The war machine that fades for eternity. Throw myself headlong to the jaws of the beast. The war machine that fades for eternity. Throw myself headlong to the jaws of the beast. The war machine that fades for eternity.
So the motif that they used for Panic Room, where it was soldiers and like a bunch of imagery of like oil derricks and all that kind of stuff, seems to be repeated here. That last little like 10 seconds, especially with just like droplets of oil and like streams of oils being shot at the handful of what, coins? I think that was. Or the coloring of that made me think like communion wafers. Like I don't know if they were going that deep into it. How war is a religion for some people, and how that war machine keeps going for eternity because it never stops, just because of aggression and hate and like. Because that's all the U.S. is, essentially. They're just four corporations standing on each other with a trench coat on. It's not a democracy. It hasn't been in ever. There's just like the illusion of that kind of stuff. Segue tangent. That's why they're trying to get rid of TikTok and they're trying to get rid of Instagram and all that bullshit. Because they, and I say they, the government and people in charge are understanding that people are finally educating themselves. All right, I'm going to keep going on the tangent. Fuck it. So, everyone can see like what's happening in like Florida, Tennessee, and Texas, where they're trying to eliminate black studies, or they're trying to eliminate what happened to the Native Americans, where they're selectively trying to erase things that have happened in history and trying to like make sure that everyone is uneducated. And we're seeing that happen now in real time, but no one stops to think the same thing happened when we were in school. How they purposely miseducated us in order to the propaganda that you see on TV from the news and even just on TV shows and movies. It's all meant to perpetuate a false narrative of what the world is versus what it actually is. And so now people who are actually finding out how corrupt everything is and how willfully the government destroys things. And eh, they want to stop people from understanding that because they don't want to get overthrown or taken out of power. Because that's all this is. It's all power plays. And for what? To what end? You're just destroying the world. Oh, I'm going to keep myself in power for 5 more additional minutes. Who cares that humanity's bordering on extinction now? Well, I think I saw a meme that kind of it is stupid and it's not really even funny. You think of memes, you think of hilarity, but I think it said something to the extent of, "Oh, why are you hoarding on to all those billions of dollars? You can't take them to hell with you." The world is ending, but the music is good. I had a conversation with someone towards the beginning of the pandemic when I started writing more music myself. Um, you start going into depressions and dwelling things um, with the state of the world. And I think she was trying to help me out and say how I should kind of focus on good stuff and heal. But I think my line was that pain makes beautiful art. And that's kind of what you're seeing in the world right now. Um, Everyone's in pain. Is my camera shifting as I'm talking? Metaphor.